Well, he just hit the jackpot. Now he is hitting court. Registered sex offender Timothy Dale, winning $3 million this month. And now two of his alleged victims back in the 1990s are suing him for pain and suffering. Do they have a case? Well, attorney Keisha Heaven says no, they do not. Stacey Schneider says, oh, yes, they do. Why do you argue it's a waste of effort?
Well, first of all, it's the victims. This case happened back in the 90s. Why would they wait until now? And I understand he has the money now, but for every criminal that's convicted, I know at least in my state, which is New Jersey, they pay a penalty for victims' compensation. So there's a part that happens when the case is going on. You can't come back years later and then say, oh, you have money now and I want to sue you civilly. I think that they would have a very weak case.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
Right. But normally, my thing is do it when it happens, and then if he comes into money, you'll already have a judgment.
You know what? You can't get blood from a stone, and that's why millions of victims across the country don't sue in civil court after someone's convicted for a crime in criminal court. But now there's opportunity, and these victims are coming back.
How were they made aware of it once he won the lottery? They came aware, oh, this guy won.
It's public.
And it's public.
Yeah, it also came out that he's a registered sex offender, and that's public information also. So,
but how will they prove damages from, if this happened in the 1990s, we're now in 2014, about to be 2015, how will they prove actual damages? Like, that's going to be very difficult.
I actually don't think it will be. First of all, liability is a given, because if you enter a guilty plea to something in the criminal court, they use that guilty plea against you in the civil court, and they automatically decide you're liable civilly. So
the only thing that's changed since, though, is he came into money.
Right.
So now
doesn't that look a little obvious?
I think so, because why didn't they file this back then? Again, they can have a judgment.
Well, but what about her point that there was no money to be gotten back then?
Because they'll have a judgment, and if he ever had any assets bought a home, people turn their lives around.
Well, how do you know they didn't do that back then?
Because I think that they wouldn't be able to do it now. They can't file and then come back. But
here's the thing. A lot of victims don't want to sue when there's nothing to be had, because you have to relive your crime or your victimhood, or your victimization, rather, in court. So why would two young kids, or the parents of these kids who are obviously bringing the suit, want to sue somebody and they know there's no win other than it's a hollow victory?
Well, those kids would be, at the minimum, well into their 20s.
Right, at this point now. So, but why relive a crime for no reason? Then we'd have victims going into civil court all the time. When you know
look at the whole Bill Cosby thing.
Well, but you know what another...
I was going to say O.J. Simpson.
Well, that was different because they
what is the statute of limitations on this kind of stuff?
There's none in this particular case. But the other problem is, in a civil case, yes, there's liability proven when he pled guilty in criminal court, but you also, in civil, you have to prove there's a duty, a breach, causation, and damages. So they have a big hurdle to overcome. It's not just that he, committed these offenses.
I mean, I don't agree. They have very little hurdle. The only hurdle they have, which you mentioned earlier, is they have to prove their damages. And that's very easy to go back and see if the kids received psychiatric treatment, if they were traumatized, if they were
But they might never have known this had the media not brought to the attention, this guy who just won the $3 million.
Known about the money existing. Right. Yeah, and you know what? To their advantage, now they know about it. So this is an opportunity for them to collect in a civil court money damages against someone who allegedly victimized them. Why not go for it?
And since there's no time limit.
Right, but to me it looks like, is it really about money? Again, you can file this when it happens, and then also there's a victim crimes compensation board in most states where they have, if they feel that they can prove damages, they'll be able to get money from all the money that they collect from convicted felons.
But you know what, it never really amounts to that much in criminal court. So if you can go after someone in civil court who wronged you, like the Goldmans did, I was starting to say with O.J. Simpson. They didn't get a victory in the criminal court, but they still had enough liability in criminal court to go and attach all his assets.
You know what makes you guys great lawyers? When I listened to one, I said, yeah, she's right. And on the other one, yeah, you're right. I had no idea. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a happy new year.